Ahead of National Police Week, Senator Catherine Cortez Masto is working on a trio of bills designed to support officers and deputies in Nevada's rural communities. Two of the measures seek to give rural departments the resources they need to recruit, train, and retain enough officers to keep the peace and preserve safety. Senator Cortez Masto tells Fox 5 it's a tough time for small-town police departments.
Oftentimes there are challenges with getting resources, whether it's funding for hiring, retainment, recruitment, or mental health needs of their law enforcement, or even the training that is required, as well as the equipment. This provides grant funding to support those smaller law enforcement officers across the country in our rural communities.
A third measure would give survivors of former police officers access to their benefits after retirement, even if their death does not come in the line of duty.